my name's Judy.
And I'm Ceci.
And together we are
Two Girls on a Mic. Do elevator music. Welcome back to Two Girls on a Mic, a podcast where we talk about anything and everything from relationships, proposals, mental health, and basically anything. And this week we're talking about, because we're getting into the holiday season.
Yep, as you can tell.
Yeah.
I don't want to say I forced her to wear this.
Actually, I was the one who sent these to you. Yeah, these are from Foxblood.
Foxblood.
And I saw one of their posts was sponsored on my Instagram, and I saw that they had like these cute ones.
Yeah.
And so I got it. I got one with pumpkins. So I'm like in the spirit, but it's also like kind
so
of Halloween
spooky.
still.
And they don't have that obnoxious white because sometimes it makes your head
dirty. Itchy.
And I was like, and these are super warm.
And they come in sizes. So if you have a big head like I do, they're all inclusive.
I didn't almost drop that.
Some of us are too excited. But yeah, before we get into that, I don't know. We're going to be honest. We're recording this right after we recorded the last one.
So not much has changed. Yeah. But
I mean, we have both been talking about like holiday shopping. You've asked for everybody's wish list.
Yep.
And I mean, I'm at the point where I talked about it last year. Every year I make an Excel sheet.
Oh, yeah.
With what I'm getting for everybody. I started it and I was like, this is giving me anxiety just by looking at it. And it's like half empty.
Mine's is fully empty.
Oh, well.
So it is what it is.
But yeah, Christmas is coming up. Thanksgiving's on its way here.
Yeah.
It's almost here. We're planning our Friendsgiving.
We are planning Friendsgiving. By this time, this weekend would be our Friendsgiving. So usually every year we have, we get together with our friends and everybody, it's a potluck style. So everybody brings a dish. We, share a nice dinner, and then we start prepping for our Christmas event, which anybody who wants to participate in, like, what is it, Secret Santa, we start doing that. So, and then, it's just pretty fun.
Excuse me. So, that's going to be going on this weekend. Other than that, though, not much else. I mean, last week I went to Lake Arrowhead with Matt and Freddie.
Oh, right. They had a whole big old house to themselves.
We had a big old cabin to ourselves. But look, okay. We were at on Airbnb and I was like, okay, what's the cheapest thing? Because we don't want to spend a lot of money. It was kind of like a last minute decision to go do something. And there was one house that was like the cheapest of them all, and it just so happened to be like a 6-bedroom and like 3-bath thing. So I was like, okay, well,
it is what we'll
just have a big house.
See, if you get mad with Matt, you just go to another room.
Exactly.
Or you guys can sleep in every single room.
Test out all the beds, be like, that one's a little stiff.
All right, Goldilocks.
So yeah, that's about it that's happened. And I mean, for me, that goes into Thankful Thursday. I'm thankful that I could take these little trips with Matt, especially right now that we both are at home. So it's nice.
Yeah, it's good to take advantage of that.
Yeah.
I am thankful for. What am I thankful for? I would say I'm thankful for Ceci finding these hats because they're super cute and I can wear them to work because they're very, my office or our office area gets super cold. So these are going to come in handy and they're cute. I mean, look at it.
Yeah.
I love that it's red, but it's more of like a dark blood red.
It doesn't look like.
like red in your face.
Yeah. But as we mentioned, we're talking about holiday anxiety because I'm very anxious in these last 2 months of the year.
Yeah.
And I think most of it revolves around I feel I have a big family and now I have a bigger group of friends and I feel like I have to get everyone something. And it's like, I know I don't have to, and I know that everybody would be understanding if I didn't, but it's like, I want to.
Is that your love language?
I like watching people open the gifts I give them. Yeah. And if they don't give me the reaction I want,
you get disappointed.
Yeah. So I know that it's something I want to do. I set the money aside for it. I'm like, okay, I'm ready to
right.
to go to town. And I'm always like waiting though for the good deals, especially around Black Friday time.
Yeah, I think that's when I'm going to do all my shopping. Because before, and this is why the reason why I get so anxious now during the holiday seasons, because I used to be super good at starting my shopping in like July, August, because then I'm spending like a little bit on one person, you know, and then I would, I guess, spread it throughout the year, and I wouldn't feel like the whole
it's not like you're putting a bunch of money up front. It's spread throughout the year. Not this time.
These past few years, ever since I had Joey, I'm like, I don't even plan it anymore. I'm like, whatever it is, when it comes, and I'll spend the money. But I hate not being that planning person that I am, because I like to be very structured and like, what the fuck? Just start buying shit. Yeah. And now I just come up with an excuse like, oh, later, or whatever go on sale, or blah, blah, blah.
I know, that's my excuse right now. I'm like, it'll probably be on sale for Black Friday. And if you're not doing Black Friday shopping online, then you're kind of screwing yourself.
Yeah, like, why would you even go in stores? Like, you are
There's no point anymore.
In your PJs, comfy at home.
Spending Thanksgiving with your family or friends, whoever you're with.
But some people really enjoy like the actual going out, like Lewis.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Dude, I don't know.
I'm not like that though. If I could do it online, I'm going to do it online.
Yeah, definitely. It gets to your door. You don't have to deal with crowds. You don't have to deal with parking.
Yeah.
And just stupid shit.
Yeah. The only thing, and I'm going to knock on wood, a lot of people get packages stolen around this time of year. Never happened to me, but it could always happen. So that's like the only downside too. But I mean,
but I feel like your neighborhood's pretty chill.
It's and most of the places, if you tell them your package is stolen, they're just gonna send it to you again or refund you. So
you should get a ring.
We need one.
That's probably gonna go on sale.
That's probably gonna go on sale. So I'll wait.
Imagine you buy it, you get it here, and it gets stolen.
I know. Yeah, the Ring camera gets stolen.
Your luck. Well, Matt's luck.
Yeah. I mean, it would be Matt's luck. But I mean, and also on top of like Christmas and all that, because like my list, I think is like 18, 20 people right now.
Damn.
Which is without Matt's family. Yeah. But thankfully, he only gets his parents and his aunt something, like, because he doesn't. His family comes here and has like a karaoke day. They don't really do gifts that much. It's more of just like spending the time with them, with each other. So I don't have to worry about getting every single person in his family something. Because I also don't know them like that. Like, what do they want?
That's true.
But on top of that, my dad, Alex, Izzy, Matt, and Gabby's birthdays are also in December. And I'm not the person that wants to be like, oh, this is like your Christmas and birthday. So I get them separate things. I'm like, okay, whose decision was it to have all these Sagittarius?
Well, one was by choice. Matt. Matt chose to be with a Sagittarius in December, even though you already had.
I didn't know though.
3 others.
Yeah, I didn't know that was his birth. I mean, I might have. I don't know actually.
You'd be like, "When's your birthday? December? Sorry, we can't."
Sorry,
I'm capped
if
out.
If you change it, then maybe. But yeah, birthday and holiday shopping, and it's so hard too because it's like it's hard enough for me to come up with one thing they might like, but now I have to figure out 2 things. Like, thankfully, Alex, she asked for a rice cooker, so I'm gonna get her a rice cooker.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because my family, we've always learned to just do it over the stove. And then when I came here, and I'm like, why did we not have this?
Right,
and they're so cheap too. It's not even like they're expensive.
They're like $10. Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'll get her one of those.
And it's foolproof. Like, how do you burn rice? The only thing is that if you put too much water, you get mushy rice.
Yeah. Like,
but I mean, come on, you figure it out.
Yeah.
You get the right portions.
Trial and error.
Exactly.
But yeah, that's, I don't know. I've been stressing out a little bit, but I'm probably going to get more stressed out as we get closer.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's it. I'm going to buy at least one present this week. Like, no questions asked. I have to. I just have to. Because I'm like, I know I'm going to wait the last minute and my pockets are going to feel it. And I don't want that.
Yeah. So on top of that, also being around family, I don't think I get, only because we don't invite a ton of people. Like, there has been years where it's like, everybody from my grandpa's side, everybody from my grandma's side. But now we just kind of do like immediate family.
Right.
So that makes me feel more comfortable being around less people and that I know each and every one of them like fairly well. But yeah, like those years where it's like, oh, so-and-so's coming into town. It's like, why?
Right. And I feel like at least for me, as I got older, our Christmas used to be huge because my dad's side of the family, there's way too many of them. But my dad used to be a lot closer to them. But as years went by, obviously then, you know, not that bad things happened. It's just we kind of outgrew and it was just like a big, you know, the kids were having kids and like, you know, and people were moving away. A lot of them moved to like the Inland Empire. So, you know, we didn't have that, you know, commute very often. Yeah. So our Christmas got significantly smaller. Like literally now it's just my parents, my brothers, and our neighbors that are pretty much like extended family now. Candace and her mom. And that's pretty much it. We don't have like those tios and tias and cousins that you don't want to see. You're like, oh my God, why do I have to deal with these people? So I'm very thankful that I don't have those people in my life that I have to deal with. But I understand that there's many people out there. And many of our listeners would probably are like, fuck, now I have to deal with my toxic tia that I ask about like my weight or where's my boyfriend or, you know.
Or even those annoying ass kids because...
Fuck them kids.
Because I get it. You're a kid. Whatever. You can bug. But if you're being like, this is something that used to bug me and it used to bug my parents. My parents, their house, they remodeled it a lot. So it looks a lot different now. But one of the first things they got were those couches that they have. They're nice couches. They're like leather. So if you mess around with them too much, they will rip. Yeah. And we had some family members who would come over and the parents would let their kids do whatever. They'd be eating on the couch when not even we were allowed to eat on the couch. Right. And my mom would have to be like, hey, can you go tell like to my dad because it was his side of the family. He's like, can you like say something? And my dad doesn't care. Like if he doesn't care who you are, if you're a part of his family, he'll tell you how it is. And that has sometimes caused like a little bit of tension because it's like, oh, don't tell my kid what to do. It's like, well, watch your kid.
This is my thing. Like you should have some kind of etiquette at somebody else's house. Yeah. If you don't do that at your house, why let your child do that at, you know, at somebody else's house? One, I get it. It's not your place. Well, like, so what? But it's more of like
just being respectful.
Yeah. It's like one thing that I dislike is when kids are eating the couch because they can be very messy. Two, when they sit on like the armrest. Yeah. Because sometimes you can break it. Like I think somebody at my mother-in-law's house, somebody broke her armrest and she was not very happy. Yeah. But stuff like that, it's like, okay, people are inviting you to her home, be respectful, clean up after yourself. If you drop something, you know, pick it up. Stuff like things that you would do at your house, do it at somebody else's house that are respectful.
And it's your family too. So I feel like you'd want to be respectful of the house.
Right, right. That's why I hate inviting so many people, especially if it's like extended family that you don't even talk to. Yeah. It's like, for what? You don't bother seeing me any other time during the year, but holiday season, I have to make the exception. Yeah. I'm sorry for what? You know, but... That's the thing with holidays, that we have this pressure of being with family, even if you're not close to them. Yeah. And it shouldn't be that way. It should be whoever you feel comfortable bringing around your household. Because, I mean, your household is your, like, I like to see it as like my sanctuary. That's where I go home. I relax. I sleep. I'm with my family. Yeah. So why am I going to bring people who are going to like provide like bad energy or just make me feel uncomfortable in my own home. Yeah. You know?
It's like, it's your safe space, your sacred spot. So you want people you trust to be in there. Right. Not just random.
Yeah. For sure.
So yeah, fuck them kids. So yeah, going back onto like those nosy family members. I'm nosy, but I'm not this nosy. Like where they have to bring up, it's the holidays. You're going to be eating a lot. You're probably going to gain some weight if you're like just whatever. Yeah. It's going to happen. But it's not okay to just bring it up.
And my thing is like, even the tias who bring it up, or even Tios, whoever the fuck brings it up.
They're typically not.
They're not in their best shape
Yeah.
either. So like, why are you even talking? Like, and their excuse like, oh, it's because I'm older. It's harder for me. Like, so what? Like, why? And it's also like, as a woman, especially if it's a woman that's bringing it up, like, as a female, we already have all these standards that we have in our head, like the media, how they portray women, you have to be skinny, or now with like a big butt and whatever. And then you bringing it up, I'm
that
already
it's gonna do
like
something.
Yeah, I'm already feeling like shit. Why even bring it up?
Yeah, and that whole excuse that, I'm older already, it's like, that doesn't matter.
It doesn't make it okay.
Yeah. Like, okay, and what do you want me to do about it?
Yeah.
If you wanted to go that far, I'm one who, if somebody tells me something in my family, I'll say something back. So it's like cases like that. If I know something about you, that's it. If you say something about me, it's all going to come down, which is bad. I know it's bad.
Like, I remember it was the first Christmas with Joey. I had just given birth to him, so he was born in August, and it was that December. My parents had a pretty big Christmas party like that. We hadn't done that in a while with like his extended family. I don't know what bug hit him, but he wanted to have like a whole big thing. So like, okay, we went. I hadn't seen like a lot of like my uncles in a while, like years. And I remember walking up to one of them and I shook hands with him, lo saludé, and he looks at me, he's like, who are you? I'm like, Judy, like, so-and-so's daughter. He's like, oh, I didn't recognize you. You got a little fatter. Like, this is más gordita. I was like, because I was very skinny, growing up. I was like under 100 pounds. So they've always known me as like skinny, but obviously I'm fucking 30 now with a fucking kid. And he made that comment and I just looked at him. I didn't say anything because I was so in shock. I was like, how do you think it's okay to make that comment? And like, I went to the restroom and like tried to like suppress my emotions. I'm like he doesn't know any better, even though I shouldn't be
it's different, especially when it's with family too, because if you cause a problem with somebody, that's a problem with everybody, because everybody's in each other's business,
right?
And that's also, at least in our like the Hispanic culture, the way that people talk to each other as family is not. You probably wouldn't see it and be like, that's a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
They talk shit to each other. They like say so much bad things physically, mentally. And they think it's okay because that's how
they were brought up.
Yeah. Now, while like, these younger generations are coming up, they're like, yeah, that's not
They're
good.
setting boundaries,
So it's like they take it as rude when you say, don't do that.
Because you're disrespecting your elders. It's like, okay, but you just disrespected me as well. Like, why should I keep the same level of respect when you just literally call me fat? And that's not okay.
Yeah.
But I was just like, you know what? I don't see this person. I'm not going to see this person. I haven't seen him since then. So I'm like, whatever. I just walked away and I was like, I felt like complete shit. And then we took photos throughout like the night. And then I looked at the photos the next day and I was like, I fucking look big. Like I started comparing myself to my younger me before I had a fucking kid. And I'm like, how, and then I started going through like this whole season of depression and shit. So like, thanks Theo for that. I had a good time that December.
And it's also like going back to like when you compare yourself, because I've been seeing this a lot, especially on TikTok, where girls will post their like high school pictures versus their now pictures. Like, yeah, your body was still developing. It wasn't even fully like good to go or whatever.
Yeah. And that's the thing that I try to remind myself, you're never gonna get to that body.
Yeah.
Because I was 16, 17, whatever. There's no way I'm ever, no matter how much I work out, I'll never look the same because
that's just like your body, your hormones, how it was at that point. There's some things you can fix and there's some things where it's like impossible.
Yeah. Because before I was like super thin, not, I was like pretty thin, like I didn't have curves and stuff like that. As a mom now, like after you get pregnant, like you start getting curvier and like my boobs grew, surprisingly. I was like, why are they growing?
What's going on?
I thought they were going to go back, but apparently they're here to stay. So I was like, okay, I appreciate that. But I wasn't asking for bigger ones. But yeah, like now, given this body that I have now, like even if I work out, I'm never going to be that skin thin girl because I have curves now, and I kind of have to learn to embrace that. But yeah, stuff like that family members just talk out of their ass and don't understand like the damage,
the repercussions
that they're doing to you. I'm just like, oh my God. I'm like, Dad, please don't ever have a Christmas party like that again. Keep it with the small circle we usually have.
Yeah. And following that is when you're single during the holidays, typically a lot of people are nosy about it and they like to ask. Thankfully, my immediate family, because also my situation is I would see them every day because we live together. So they knew everything that I was like doing. But on those rare occasions that we had family over, they'd be asking about like, how's school? How's this? How's that? Do you have a boyfriend? I'm like, no. I'm like, first of all, I'm in high school.
And that's the thing. Once you hit high school, they're like, oh, you know.
It's like a
it's
switch
okay.
that, because it's like before, no boys. Now all of a sudden, oh, do you have a boyfriend? It's like, what? It's been a year. But it's
like, why does it matter? Why bring it up?
It's none of your business.
Especially if you know that they don't have a boyfriend, why bring up the question like, why don't you have a boyfriend?
Yeah.
Like, why? Maybe I don't want to have a boyfriend. Yeah. Why is it so bad for me to want to be single and not, have a relationship?
Yeah.
Everything's so like portrayed that you have to have a significant other. Like that's the end goal to get married. And you know what? Sometimes it's not.
It's not for everybody. Yeah.
Sometimes people want to, just do the, just dating, not the casual thing.
Or even some people just don't look for partners. Like they're okay with just being
by themselves for a while. And then like eventually like he'll find somebody or whatever.
Happens.
Yeah. Some people are not looking for it. If it happens, then great. If it doesn't, props to those people because I personally would not be able to do that.
No, I need somebody. I cannot handle this by myself. But I did see a meme one time where it's like when your aunt asks you where your boyfriend is, so you ask her where her third baby daddy is.
Damn.
Because that's typically how it goes. The aunts who have like not good reputations are the ones always asking.
That's true. That is very true.
But that's I saw that. There's a lot of other things. I don't know. My mom loves posting pictures of everything. And that used to bug me so much as I was growing up because I was insecure. I was like, first of all, I would dye my hair a different color. And looking back at it now was not a good idea. So I look back at those pictures. I'm like, oh my God, why did you have to post everything? And so I felt like I always had to dress up because that was another thing. For as long as I can remember, I've been a t-shirts and leggings or jeans type of person. And every single year my mom would be like, can you just wear like dressy clothes or like a skirt or something? I'm like, why? Like, we're just going to see family. And she would constantly like get on me about that. Thankfully now she doesn't bug me as much. But I used to feel uncomfortable when I was wearing like the dresses or the skirts and stuff. And she would take pictures and I would like look stiff because I wouldn't know what to do.
Because you're uncomfortable.
Yeah. And now that's carried on with me now. So every time I take pictures, I'm like,
what do I do with these?
Yeah, like, literally, what do I do with my hands? So yeah, that was something else that I would hate. Like not look forward to the family pictures and all that stuff.
I think another thing that holiday season triggers for some people is that they don't have people to share it. Either they're living, out of state or somewhere that their family is not there and their family can't visit or they can't go visit. Where it's like, hey, you see all the
posts.
Your friends are posting like, hey, I'm with my family or my boyfriend or whatever, and these people don't have the luxury to go see their loved ones. And it's like you start you especially if you're not going to be able to spend it with them, like as of like now you're not going to be able to go, then you're like, shit, you're dreading that time because you're going to see all these social media posts and just advertisement in general. It's always advertised as a family holiday and not everybody has those individuals, or maybe some people lose their individuals, their family members during holiday season. So you're like, it could be tough. It can be, it may have been like a happy time, but then because you have these things that happen around that
could be like a triggering.
Yeah, because I know friends who get triggered during the holiday season because either they lost somebody or something happened during that time that, you know, it just puts them in and not the greatest state of mind.
Yeah. And on top of that, there's seasonal depression. Because, I mean, it's true. I didn't really know about that up until like a few years ago. And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of true. Like, I always get sad around the holidays. And I don't know what it is. Because, like, coming from my point of view, I am on really good terms with my family. I have good friends. But every year during the holidays, it starts around my birthday time. I just start feeling down. And it's like, why? Like, I have so many people around me who are supportive and, like, nothing's wrong. But I feel like there's something, like, off. And so it's like, But, I mean, I've gotten to the point where now I know that it's coming and I know what to do, like, to help myself out as much as I can in the situation. Right. But, yeah, not everybody has that luxury to do that.
Yeah.
So, but we're hoping that your holiday is not as anxiety filled. Hopefully you're not having to be forced to see some relatives you don't want to see. If you are, we're praying for you.
And it's okay not to go to those family functions. Like, if you know that this tia or tío or cousin is coming that just triggers your anxiety or is gonna just fuck with your energy, skip the dinner, skip the party, skip being with your family, that specific family, and, you know, just go visit your close family, people you really want to go see either earlier that day or the next day or whatever the case is, because you're not obligated to be part of those functions if it's not going to be good for your mental health. You know.
So let us know if you have any fun family events coming up, or if you have any, like,
cheese man.
I was like, how should I put this? About your, like, any family events that you've been to where maybe something went wrong. But if you want to follow along with our podcast, everything is at Two Girls and a Mic. Our personal ones are in the description. And with that being said, you guys will see us on the next one.
Bye.